I would love to know if there is a movie out there, not just that you think is underrated, but that you feel kind of defensive of. Like the movie that when people start criticizing it, you inevitably start going, but you just don't understand it. You know, if you watched it the way I watch it, or if you watched it again, you would get it. You know, you would understand why it's so brilliant. So.
Oh man.
My immediate answer is one that it's not a movie that people talk bad about. It's a movie that people don't talk about at all, which is disappointing. Adventureland.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah.
I like that movie. Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw it.
It's like set in the late 80s, like 1988, 89, where this kid, played by Jesse Eisenberg, gets a job at a theme park and sort of learns about life through doing work there and through the people he meets there. It's a really clever movie. Like it's going back to like the idea of ambiguity. It's one where the ideas are present, but they don't need to be explicitly stated. Like, you know, this one character played by Ryan Reynolds is a total fraud and an asshole, but you don't need to hear anyone say it. It's there and they know it. Very good performances. This is going to shock you. There is a good performance from Kristen Stewart.
It's true.
She is very good in this movie. Everyone is. And I really like it. I really think more people should see it. So Adventureland. That's my answer.
I'll put that in my notebook. I'm really ready to watch that. I can't think of any right now, actually. Human Centipede? You joking?
Yes, the underrated classical cinema, the Human Centipede.
Oh man.
I'll go with the Human Centipede too. Is there a Human Centipede too?
There is a Human Centipede too.
Okay.
Oh lord.
Then I'm not crazy.
I think that movie ends with "It's all a dream," or is it?
Oh god.
It's talking of ambiguous endings.
You know, I really can't think of one right now.
Well, I've got one. I know. I don't. You may. If you guys don't kill me, I'm sure someone out there will shoot red paint pellets or ketchup or something at me.
Or something.
Yeah.
They dislike on YouTube, they do, right? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I love Spider-Man 3.
Huh.
I thought that's a movie. I admit I was not crazy about it the first time I saw it. I thought, oh, this isn't as good as the first two. I saw it again and seen it, watched it every year since. I really love it. I know, the first, and any time you bring that movie up, everyone goes like, it was terrible. He was emo. What was with the emo Peter Parker? And it's like, it was a joke. It's called good comedy. It's called really good comedy.
It's more than that. Like, I will also defend that bit of Spider-Man 3 because it's not just a joke. It's in character.
It is. Yes.
Here's the thing. Yes, emo Spider-Man is terrible. He's this weird, awkward douchebag who thinks he's cooler than he is. But that's the point.
He's meant to be
You're
terrible.
not supposed to like Spider-Man when he's wearing the symbiote.
Yeah, and I love that. I love the character turn of what happens when the quiet, shy nerd suddenly decides, I want to be a womanizing asshole. I want to go crazy, and the results aren't pretty, and it's kind of it's entertaining, it's horrifying, it's fascinating, and and overall I think it's a great movie. I mean, great action sequences. The fight with James Franco, when they're swerving through the alleyway, is so cool.
All the action in that movie is really good.
It is, yes.
Because Raimi knows what he's doing.
He does, yeah. It's one of the rare cases when less is not more. More is more. I mean,
we're gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Fight a giant sand monster while running in front of the American flag.
Just go on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there that much and just.
It's not perfect.
No, but Sam Raimi, he was bold about it. He didn't try to care for money.
I'll throw another one out there.
Sure.
If you don't have an answer.
I can't think of one. I'll probably think of one later.
A lot. As anyone who follows this will know, I'm a big fan of animated features, and I feel like DreamWorks doesn't get enough credits because they're not.
Yeah.
Like, people say they're not as good as Pixar. Well, no one's as good as Pixar. Pixar isn't as good as Pixar anymore.
But you know you're in trouble when you can't even live up to your own standards.
But
Isn't Pixar the one doing like airplanes and
we
yeah,
don't talk about planes.
Yeah, the Disney spin-off of Cars.
But DreamWorks does fun movies, and they can be really clever and really heartfelt. So, like, How to Train Your Dragon, people love that, but I got a lot of love for the Kung Fu Panda movies also.
Yeah.
But the one I'm gonna go with is Monsters vs. Aliens.
I love that movie.
It was a blast.
I went and saw that in the Avalon, and I had a great time.
It was really goofy a lot of the times, but it's a kids movie, and it works.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's fun. These are really entertaining characters, like these kids' version parodies of classic movie monsters. It's really great. I don't know why people lump it. I don't like that people lump it in with like the early not good DreamWorks pictures, like with Shark Tale and with the early Shrek movies and stuff.
That movie had genuinely good voice acting.
Oh yeah.
Seth Rogen was great as the globby thing, whatever that was.
The Blob.
yeah, the Blob. Yeah.
And Hugh Laurie as Dr. Cockroach.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my other nomination.
I can get
underrated features.
Yeah. See, do I have another one? I'll do another one. What the heck?
All right.
I'm
here.
The Fountain. The Fountain is.
that one with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Didn't see it.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
It was like him going through these different lives, right?
Yeah, you have 3 Hugh Jackmans. You have Hugh Jackman, who is a conquistador.
Oh yeah, it's 3 Hugh Jackmans. Oh yeah.
you got Hugh Jackman, who's like a doctor. Hugh Jackman,
Please tell me this movie was advertised as starring Hugh Jackman, and featuring an appearance by Hugh Jackman.
That would be great. That would be a great marketing strategy.
And the cool thing is, and by the way, the third Hugh Jackman is an astronaut. The cool thing is that, like when I heard about it, I heard there was going to be like a time travel movie, and it's like, oh, okay, he goes to different time periods. That's not what it is at all. In fact, I'm not even sure what it is till this day. It's a movie that doesn't like try to explain itself. It's really weird. It's really, in some parts, like,
it's very beautiful.
It is beautiful. Yeah,
it's a very beautiful movie.
Got these great shots of him like floating through space in this
Yeah.
bubble.
There's one shot where he's riding a horse, right, or something.
Yes,
and it's like the camera, like I don't know what it does. It's something really interesting.
The camera's upside down.
Yeah.
And then as he rides like I guess like under the camera, it flips over.
Flips over, and then it
it's really
follows
seamless
him
too.
down. Yeah, it's like it starts the scene, and you're like, what's happening? And it follows him. It's really interesting.
And the cool thing is, in the that scene's in the past, the Conquistador segment, they replicate that shot in the present with him driving his SUV into the city. And so they're like all these like kind of like patterns of like familiar shots from time period to time period.
So is it like Cloud Atlas?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I mean it's like the same thing, yet kind of like smaller, like in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Cloud Atlas is interesting. It's an interesting movie.
Yeah, I really want to see it because I like that kind of thing.
It's interesting.
It's worth a watch.
Yeah.
That's another one that's, I guess, underrated.
I think it's pretty underrated. Yeah.
It's not great. It does. I wouldn't say that it's like deserves a bunch of awards, but you gotta respect the ambition at least.
Yeah.
And it's really good actors, outstanding makeup. Like that's the real crime that it didn't get nominated for its makeup.
Then what's his face? Player a nanny.
Oh yeah.
The camera.
What was it? Hugo Weaving?
Yeah, Hugo Weaving plays a woman.
He can play the Red Skull. Why can't he play a woman?
When I saw him, I was like, wait a minute, it's that. Oh wow.
And that was part of the point of it, was that you recognize the actors through all their weird makeup.
It's an interesting movie. Yeah.
I would like to see more like big fantasy sci-fi movies like that aren't like part of a franchise. Like it's kind of, I don't know, I like, you know, like I love I mean I take second to none in my enthusiasm for ongoing sagas. You know, I love sequels and spin-offs, but like I don't know, I like stuff like that when you get a big spectacle that's kind of a one-off. Like it's like a shot in the dark one time. Kind of like I mean Gravity was that to a certain extent. Like and Inception.
You wouldn't want it to be a sequel.
Gravity, Return to Space. Gravity 2, George Clooney was floating. Not dead. No, Gravity 2, how, spoiler alert, how she walks back to civilization.
She just experiences gravity.
No, let's call it weightlessness.
Inception, it keeps spinning. There's an hour of just spinning.
And then at the end, it's still spinning.
It's still spinning.
Inception, was it a dream? Was it not?
You decide.
Inception, the Battle of Five Armies.
Yes, yeah, in the Inception Lord of the Rings crossover.
I just got it again. Well, I guess another underrated one that I saw that I rented was Her. You ever heard of that movie?
Yeah.
With where he falls in love with Siri.
Yeah, I really like that
pretty
movie.
much,
Yeah.
where he dates the OS.
It's on my list. It's on my list of things to see.
It's worth a watch. It's worth a watch. Like at first it's really weird. It's like
It
what?
is.
But it's interesting.
Like I saw it twice, and the first time I saw it, I thought it was like kind of like maybe like the dialogue was too obvious, like too overly philosophical, and like the images were maybe a little like too pretty. It was more like a painting.
But that was like the entire movie though.
Well,
like
yeah,
that, so it's like
and
the whole feel of it.
Yeah, and the second time, like I got into the ideas and about like, you know, I mean he's an interesting character. You know, this guy who's sort of alone in the world and he finds solace with a computer.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's a lot of people even like nowadays, you know, want to stay home a lot and they just on their computers, they find more solace in that than like hanging out with people.
Yeah.
It's like a reflection of society almost.
Yeah.
But
well, yeah, like what we were saying before about movies, you know, that reflect the
society,
time.
yeah.
I mean, this is like, you know, like in a way, like kind of very not of its time because it's so much more intelligent than most mainstream films. But the themes and the ideas,
it's capturing the zeitgeist.
Yes, it's such a zeitgeisty movie.
And then but if you think about it, you play that movie. That movie was done like 20 years ago. How people take it then?
Yeah,
probably not very well.
That would be like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like
that.
Watch the man who falls in love with the computer.
Yeah, and
then
it's like murder.
Try to wipe out humanity or something.
Yeah, but yeah, it's an interesting thought. Movies that are really good nowadays, or like we like nowadays, that we watched 20 years ago, probably not. or even 10 years ago, probably not. But nowadays, it's like not too far-fetched. A man falling with his OS, which is a funny thing to say.